Hello, thank you for joining us. I'm Kathy Elkins. I'm your life insurance marketer here at Premier Marketing. I have with me today Jeff McClendon. He is going to be going over Assurity Life's fabulous product. It's a great sales idea. It's a great package plan for families. It's basically the whole family coverage. Jeff, hello, how are you?
Hello, Kathy. Good day to you. I am doing well, and thank you so much to you, Kathy and Premier, for inviting us on this beautiful day. I wanted to kind of dig into the full family coverage concept, Kathy, with you. So, yeah, again, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to kind of go over this sales idea with you and have the agents listen in on a great sales topic that they can take away today and use immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to dig right into this, Kathy, and feel free to hit me with any questions that you get from the audience. But I'm gonna take a step back and say, consumers today, and we follow, and I say we as Assurity as a company, and me personally, I like to follow not only consumer demographics, but consumer buying habits. You and I have talked about the millennial demographic is a strong demographic for insurance overall. It's one of the largest buying demographics out there. But I got a quick story for you. I've got a friend of mine. I had a conversation with him right before Christmas. He was in the market for a new vehicle, and he went online, was searching all around Kansas City, where I'm at here, searching all around Kansas City, stumbled upon a website. He was able to buy a vehicle sight unseen, get the financing done, Kathy, get all the documents and everything signed electronically, and they brought the vehicle to his home. So he purchased the vehicle online, sight unseen. And he goes, Jeff, honestly, it was one of the easiest buying experiences that I've ever had. That is very important to the conversation that we're going to have today, because consumers in general, and I include myself in this, Kathy, I want that quick, fast, easy experience, whether it's buying a TV for the man cave, whether it's buying a new vehicle, buying a house, whatever it is, you want that easy buying experience. One of the things that Assurity does very well is being in tune with what the consumer demands are and what consumers are wanting today. We all want more, we all want it to be easier, and we all want it to be quicker. So the concept today, Kathy, is a sales idea that I like to call full family coverage. Full family coverage is the ability to cover legitimately an entire household with one product, one application, and one monthly premium, or if they decide to pay quarterly or annually, we're totally fine with that. But I have up on the screen today term life for family coverage. And I'll take you down this road, keeping in mind what I said about the buying experience and how we want it to be as quick, fast, and easy as possible. The solution that we have, Assurity has been in the term space. There's a multitude of carriers out there that have amazing term products. We like to package these and really provide robust coverage to our clients. So in this scenario, you have a husband and wife that are married, and they have two sons. They live in California, so their cost of living is extreme. They've got an income, they've got a mortgage, they've got all of that normal stuff that we deal with as families. And it's important to assess, because you have mom and dad that both need life insurance coverage, Kathy. We need to cover more than just their life, which traditionally you're going to look at a standalone disability or a standalone critical illness or some sort of other health coverage. What we can offer is, in this scenario, we're looking at $500,000 and 20-year term coverage for both mom and dad. So you see the premium breakdown. Dad is going to be $40 a month. Mom is going to be $30 a month. I want to draw your attention to something, just in case there's any advisors on the phone that are maybe dealing with small business owners. We don't call it a spouse rider, a wife rider, a husband rider. We call it an other insured rider. And the reason for that is This is applicable with business partners as well. So if you have two business owners that are looking for a quick, fast, easy way of getting insurance coverage for their business, this solution is also applicable because it is the other insured rider. So Kathy, we have mom and dad covered. That's, let's call it $70 a month. We're going to add on the kids. They got two kiddos. And by the way, the children's term rider, if they decide to have additional kids, we're going to add them to that. So they would be applicable. It's all natural born children of the marriage and adopted. So we would be able to cover the kids for $7 a month. Takes their premium to $78 a month for $500,000 of term on mom and dad, as well as $15,000 on the kids. Here's where the concept and here's where this product really, really sizzles is we're not only protecting them for that unfortunate death, so the premature death in the form of the $500,000 term insurance, we're offering a critical illness benefit of $50,000. So if mom or dad have a heart attack, stroke, cancer, any of those critical illness triggers that we offer, we would pay out a $50,000 lump sum to them. And the beautiful thing, Kathy, is it doesn't touch their $500,000 death benefit. In our industry today, there's a lot of amazing insurance products out there that offer living benefits. When you access those living benefits, it will predominantly reduce your death benefit. So that $500,000 that you needed to cover the mortgage, to cover your final debts and everything, gets eroded down. With the Assurity's plan, we're offering you $500,000 of term. You can add on that critical illness rider for $50,000. You still have $500,000 of term. It does not touch that. It does not erode that. So you had a critical illness rider for mom and dad. That's going to add another $40 a month. So we're up to $117 a month. Return of premium. Kathy, you and I have had this conversation many times. Assurity is one of the few carriers out there today that still offers return of premium term. And believe it or not, we do sell a ton of it. So it is a strong market for us. We're talking about life insurance, critical illness coverage. If you wanted to add the return of premium, we're covering the entire family for under $200 a month. Now I'm going to throw a wrench into this because one of the things that's not on this flyer is we could actually also offer disability. So if mom and dad are actively employed, working full time in an acceptable occupation, we could add a critical illness rider to cover them for that heart attack, stroke, cancer. We could also add a monthly disability income rider, which is going to pay them that monthly income while they are disabled. And so it does become like that one-stop shop, that one solution that covers an entire family. The best part is, and I'm serious when I say this, it's one application, one policy, and one monthly premium that can cover an entire family. One of the things that I'll mention to you, and the reason why I'm a big fan of this concept is an advisor myself, keeping my customers and their business on the books is very important to me. I like to create relationships and keep in touch with my customers on a regular basis. When you provide a term policy, which again, there's a multitude of companies out there that offer great term insurance solutions. When you offer term insurance, but you're covering mom and dad, you're covering the kids, you got their health, you got their disability covered, it becomes a lot more robust coverage that's more meaningful to them. And so the likelihood of them going to another advisor and buying a cheaper term that's just life insurance becomes less of an issue. So full family coverage is something that Assurity is very proud to present to you all today. Being able to cover mom, dad, the kiddos, not only for life, but also for health and disability in one package concept. That's exactly what consumers are looking for today. That buying experience and the ability to get coverage in a quick, fast, and easy manner is paramount, is key to a lot of consumers today. So, Kathy, I'm sure you got some questions for me. I want to hand it over to you and see what I can do to help you all out.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. Quick question for the children on here. When you're putting the children on the riders, do they have the living benefits on their plan or not with their
They
term
do.
rider?
Yeah, they do. And that's one of the advantages of Assurity is, traditionally living benefits are only available to adults. But with juveniles here at Assurity, it does include living benefits as well.
And what age can they convert that policy?
So the conversion is going to be the child rider, if you will, Kathy, is going to convert at the age of majority. So they will have up to, I think, age 25 to be able to convert that coverage over to a permanent plan. And then if there's also what we call, I forget the term, it's a payer rider, but basically if mom or dad is the owner of the contract and they pass on, that coverage does continue for the child. So just because the mom or dad may pass away, the coverage does continue for the child and the other people involved in that coverage. So a claim is not going to cancel coverage for everybody.
That is nice. So I like this package. It's the simplicity for agents, the simplicity for the clients, one payment. I get asked that quite a bit. Is there any way we can make one payment? So this is a great benefit for them, one application process, but they go through separate underwriting for the spouses, correct?
Yeah, and you know what? You bring up a very good point, and I'll take a step back and say, from an underwriting standpoint, I think Assurity has the mentality that I really, really like, and that is, if mom and dad and we've got the kids involved, if there's nothing major, right? There's no significant MIB codes are out there or medical claims data codes out there. And again, keep in mind, we're looking at juvenile onset diabetics, severe asthma, cancer history within the juveniles. If you've got a relatively healthy family, these cases do proceed through underwriting very, very quick. We are not a company that enjoys going after labs, exams, and APSs. That cost you time and money. It costs us time and money, and we want to prevent that in all fashions. So even adding these additional riders does not disqualify you, Kathy, from accelerated underwriting with Assurity. We are going to access multiple data points, confirm the data that your advisor has given to us about this client. If everything matches up, you're going to see a quick approval. And then our goal is to electronically deliver that case to the client, give you a Premier, give the advisor as well as the client access to the policy electronically, and move on to the next one. So underwriting for a full family coverage is not a difficult process. In our system, Kathy, here, as you've experienced before, our underwriting system that we use for the quote to application to instant decision is an intelligent system. So even if you have one of the insureds that may have some medical impairments, it's intelligent enough to be able to dig down with the questioning during the application process, to be able to dig down into the root causes, what the severity is. And again, we have great success with being able to not instantly approve, but be able to quickly approve even customers with some impairments, as long as we have data to support the positive side of it, if that makes sense.
A question here for you too on the children's term rider. A lot of people ask me about that. So when you're applying for it and you're looking at 15,000, that's 15 units, correct?
Correct.
Site.
It's $1,000 per unit. Yep.
And it doesn't matter if you have 2 children or 15 children. It's all going to be the $7.18 a month, correct?
Yep, that is correct. And one of the things I had this question not too long ago, Kathy. If mom and dad give birth to another child, I would encourage you to shoot an email over to Assurity and say, hey, Jeff was born. He was born this date. We can add that to the records, because again, that child rider is going to cover all natural born children and adopted children of that marriage. So it is robust coverage, and the rate is not based off per child, it's based off per unit. So to your point, it's $1,000 per unit.
Thank you. That was my next question for you.
Yep.
So no, I do love this plan, this coverage. What's the max the children can apply for on this as a rider?
The maximum is, I think system limitations are probably going to limit it to, Kathy, around 300,000 for the child rider.
Okay.
Do note that when you get up into the higher face amounts, we may have questions. This company does a really good job of underwriting the juveniles. We don't have a lot of questions, but when you get up into the higher amounts, let's say over 100,000, 300,000, we're actually seeing more juvenile whole life or juvenile business these days, and they're looking for higher amounts. Over 300,000, we're going to need to find out how much coverage mom and dad have in force to make sure that financially it makes sense.
And then on your return of premium, because you guys do have a solid return of premium
Mhm.
product on the market.
Yeah.
So, but on the return of premium, does that return the premium on the term or on the whole policy? How much comes back on that?
Yep. No, great question. So it's going to return the premium on the base policy. So the base policy for the insured, as well as the return of premium rider. So the return of premium would not apply to the other insured, the spouse, or the kids. It's not going to return that premium because that coverage can continue. It's the base insured that the return of premium is based on.
Perfect. And explain that one more time for me. The other insured can continue. So after 20 years, the clients can get their return of premium back on the policy, but the
Yeah.
other insured
Yeah,
rider.
there's still full conversion options. That's why I love this,
Okay.
Kathy. That's why I
Love it.
love this concept because I mean it's like they each have their own individual coverage. So they have their normal features and benefits. They have their normal conversion options. So let's say mom is the breadwinner, she's the primary insured. The other insured, the husband, he could convert his coverage based off the normal conversion guidelines. He can convert his coverage at any time up to his conversion period. And that's separate from what mom has, what the kids have. And of course, as we talked about, the kids have the option, and they're forced into it, right? They're forced into a permanent plan once they get to the age of majority.
But with your permanent plans, you're converting straight to the same products you have on
The
the
whole
market,
life, yeah, to the whole life, correct, yeah.
right?
And it's, as you and I have talked about, we've got a phenomenal whole life offering here. So it is, I mean,
Yeah.
full conversion, covering an entire family under one plan, one monthly premium, with all the features and benefits that you would assume on an individual basis. It's a pretty robust offering, and we try to make it as easy as possible. So it's easy to quote. The other insured rider is becoming a more popular rider these days. Is again going back to the original opening to this conversation. Consumers today, and I say consumers, you and I, Kathy, all the advisors listening on the phone today, we all want that faster experience, that easier experience, and that's really what our goal is: to be able to provide robust coverage and make it easy to obtain.
I love it. What a good concept, good sales idea for everybody out there that's listening. Jeff, thank you so much for taking your time and going through this with me today. I very, very much appreciate you. Anybody that's got any questions on this or would like to see more sales ideas or options, please give me a call or my team a call at 800-365-8208. Team extension is 607, and anyone should be able to be able to help you out with that. But thanks again, Jeff. Thank you for everybody for joining us.
You bet, Kathy, and I'll say once again, Premier is one of our top customers here at Assurity. Great staff there that is willing and able to support you all out in the field. And know that Assurity behind the scenes, we're here to support you as well. So thank you all so much for your time, Kathy. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. I appreciate you. Everybody else, thank you so much. Appreciate you too for being on. Take care. Have a great day.